Luckily had a little flight disruption yesterday, so we get to spend today in Frankfurt Main, and starting off with the tree of plastic buckets, just finding a few things around town that make this place unique, right? Not necessarily the biggest tourist spots to show you, but just a few things right in a small area here that maybe will tell you a little bit about the differences between life and living in Europe versus America. Here's some example of real slate. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's rock up on all of these roofs that you see over here. Somebody had to do all that and they did it. Probably redid it, right? Because this area was very destroyed by bombing during World War II. So a lot of this stuff, probably all of this stuff really, has been reconstructed. This definitely appears to be a food city, and I might eat here a little later just because of the way that they've kind of mixed the German and English explanations. And here you can see former sausages, and they mean farmer. So that alone may earn them a visit. Always like to try the local, old school local specialties. So where's this jewelry shop? It's down here, and it has a very unique font, officially called a typeface. Very unique typeface in the name of the store. So I'll show you that, as well as these expensive watches. So here's that very interesting typeface that I spotted earlier. We'll also take a look at some prices here in case you're interested in maybe a watch. The one in the middle left, 17,000 euros. Something like $20,000 perhaps. Let's see what else we've got. I like these round ones over here, so that's only going to be maybe $1,000 to $3,000 for the Junghans. And here we can see a human directing traffic. Lots of different gestures that if you were a driver, or a walker for that matter, we need to be able to understand here. Pointing at the ground. Telling the Coca-Cola guy, stop. And now, will she point to this crosswalk? Uh-oh. She's ordering them to stay where they are. They were coming across the street. Jetzt. Here at a church in Frankfurt, and they have in the sidewalk a little sign pointing to perhaps the grave of famous German poet. You can see there's some graves along the wall over here. I don't know if we're going to be able to find them, but let's take a look at a really old cemetery. These graves that you find in Europe that are very old tend to, for whatever reason, be along these walls. I don't know if they put them in the wall, if they put them right below the wall. not known to us. Maybe this is it over here. Yeah, that's it. So it says this is the gravestone of the father of Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. So don't tell me we're not looking at some interesting stuff on the channel. It just says, here lies Goethe's father. So we've seen that this morning. Figure we might go back here, look and see if there's any other interesting old graves. A lot of this stuff predates the US, right? As a country, a lot of graves here that you just can no longer tell what was going on with them, right? Like this, even if you could try to read some of that very strange writing, most of it's gone. This one here looks like we can see some stuff, or at least I can. Probably pretty hard to see on camera, but this is Johann Justus Schierbius. And trying to see if he has any dates. It's right here. So this looks like 62. I think that's a 7. So probably 1762. 4 years prior to America doing its separation. Church bells going off here. This is definitely where people pee. We know that much. Writing completely lost on this one, but very nice design. And here's one that's really easy to read. In English, actually. So it says, sacred to the memory of William Winehouse, or Winehouse, son of Edward Winehouse of Halifax, Yorkshire, died 1825. He was 17 years old. So that's a quick stop here at a random old cemetery by a random old church. Thought you might like to see some of the traditional Fachwerkhäuser. F-A-C-H, kind of a log construction, old school building style. All of this had to be rebuilt after the bombings of World War II. So yeah, if you're passing through Frankfurt, you might want to stay a little while, take a look around, or just maybe hope that there's some kind of flight disruption, so you can really see all this for yourself, get some good local food, local drink,